Okay, this is just a continuation of what we were talking about yesterday. And I noticed that some of you were confused, so I just wanted to go over it a little bit more. Okay, so if we look at this, this is the battery life in hours for brand B. And there's three different things that we're going to be doing within this particular lesson. One thing is we're going to calculate the mean, which is what we've been doing this entire unit. Another thing is we're going to calculate the individual variability. So again, the variability is how much each of these batteries differ from the average, right? So how far off is this battery life of 73 hours from the average? Then the other item is spread. We want to know overall as a distribution how far spread out are these battery lives, right? So again, the whole point of this exercise was that this company was taking a sample of batteries from, let's say, Energizer or something, and they're testing out, in this case, 8 different batteries to see how long each of these batteries would last. So we have these hours. This first one lasted 73 hours, and it just goes from least to greatest. The second one lasted 76 hours. 92 hours was the third one. 94 hours was the fourth one. 110 hours was the fifth one. 117 was the sixth one. 118 was the seventh one. And 124 was the greatest one. So I want to know how spread this data is, right? So for spread, we also call this range. It's going to be the maximum value minus the minimum value. So in this case, it's 124 minus 73. And so if we go to our calculator, 124 minus 73 equals 51. So what this means is that there's a range from our lowest battery life to our highest battery life of 51 hours. So that means that potentially, if you were to buy batteries from this company, then if you're to pull out 2 different batteries, you have the chance of those 2 batteries lasting a difference of 51 hours. That's a huge amount. Okay, so that's dealing with the spread. Next, we have to calculate the variability. But in order for us to calculate the variability, we first have to calculate the mean. And remember, the mean is this thing, which is x with the bar. So we have these values 73, 76, 92. 73 plus 76 plus 92 plus 94, 110, and 117. 94, 110, 117 plus 118 and 124. This equals 804. So 804 divided by, we have 8, so 100.5. So the mean is 100.5. And again, the way that we do this, if I'm going to insert an equation, so 73 plus 76 plus 92 plus 94 plus 110 plus 117 plus, oops, 118 plus 124, and then divided by the total amount, in this case is 8, and we carry that out, we get 105. So the mean is 105, or sorry, 100.5. Okay, next, so we're going to calculate the variability. So the variability is going to be our value. So this individual battery lasted 73 hours. So 73 minus 100.5 equals 73 minus 100.5, negative 27.5. Negative 27.5. So this one is negative 27.5. So what this means is that the mean represents our average, right? So again, this is the average. So if we were to take any battery from this company and we are going to use it, we would assume that that battery is going to have a lifespan of 100.5 hours because that's just the generalization. That's the average. That's the middle. So what we're doing right now is we're measuring the individual difference of each of these 8 batteries that were in this sample compared to what the average was. So for the first one, this first one lasted 73 hours. That's 27.5 hours less than what the average is. All right, that's what the variability means. So then if we do the next one, 76 minus 100.5, right? 76 minus 100.5, that's negative 24.5. So this battery that lasted 76 hours is negative 24.5 hours below the mean, meaning that it's lasted 24.5 hours less than what the average is. The next one is 92 hours minus 100.5. 92 minus 100.5 is negative 8.5. So negative 8.5. So this third one lasted 8.5 hours less than the average. Okay, we have another one, 94 minus 100.5. Got that up here, which is negative 8.5. So 94 minus 100.5, negative 6.5. So this is negative 6.5. So that means that this fourth battery lasted 6.5 hours below the mean. Okay, next one is 110 minus 100.5. So this one is positive 9.5. So that means that this one lasted 9.5 hours above the mean. Right, next one, 117 minus 100.5 equals 16.5. So this one lasted 16.5 hours more than the mean. Next one, 118 minus 100.5 is 17.5. So this one lasted 17.5 hours greater than the average. Then the last one is 124 minus 100.5, sorry. This is 23.5. So this one lasted 23.5 hours more than the mean. Okay, so just to summarize, we talked about spread, which is range. We talked about how to calculate the mean. And lastly, how to calculate variability, which is just measuring individual differences.